Hi. Finally getting time to do this. Not more like getting time to do this, it's more like I have some energy to do this now. But I was like, why not go to the moon? Because I haven't gone to the moon in a while and without infinite fuel, so I tested the balls out of this. But yet, this is my first time going to the moon. And I actually didn't need to go all the way to the moon to do all the testing I needed. But nothing really that wrong. I mean, something happens, but I need to stop mentioning the fact that something happens or not. So, just gonna forget that I said that. And if you're coming from the physics thing, cause in my class, hi. Fuck you! Just kidding. Not at all. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe so. Just kidding. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows at this point? But, I'm going on. Hi, this is my YouTube channel. Right now, I'm kind of recording KSP videos, but you might not see 100% KSP videos in the future. And yeah, here's me in orbit. No, I just completed my orbit burn. I'm just time lapsing to the day. So I could see what I'm doing. Yeah, so just doing the orbital reassembly thing. And then I realized I had no one on that lander. So I pointed towards the docking port of the cruise stage thing. And then docked. Made sure prograde was the prograde I wanted. Just extending the solar panels. Yeah, so just trying to get an encounter with the moon. I was trying to go for the least delta V possible. And it didn't really work out too much. This was the thing that said, oh, something happened earlier, and then anyways, so did I do that for long enough? Okay. There's a party going on next door, and it's kind of annoying. It's 12:21 o'clock right now as I record this. And this maneuver was very, very bad, or at least it looked bad. What was that? Anyways, this was very. I thought it was, at least at the time. Now that I think about it, I really don't know. Not that I think it was good or anything. I just truly don't know. But I'm trying to set up a correction burn, so it's actually good. And I'm just like trying anything. I'm like, what if I start it inside the sphere of influence of the moon? That actually seemed to work a little bit. So yeah, I'm just kind of freaking out a little bit. I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh no. But then right around here, I'm starting to figure it out. So I'm setting it up. I'm just gonna time warp to where the maneuver node is. I was gonna see how much delta V it was gonna take, but it didn't show me because I already set up one maneuver node before that. So I'm like, I'll have to see when I get there. But at the time, I was thinking I had enough fuel, and I end up having enough of fuel. And so, or had enough delta V. So was about to get the maneuver node. Always so. Say if your maneuver node says it will take 1 minute to burn your maneuver node. Right here, I'm just kind of taking these numbers. I'm just making them up randomly. So if it says it takes 1 minute, wait until you have 30 seconds left until your maneuver node, because it gives you an in-game timer until it says how much time until you encounter the maneuver node. You always want to take how long it will take to do the burn, cut it in half, then wait for that to come up on the timer. Not the timer, on the thing. So, I mean, unless it's like, sometimes it will be like 2.5 seconds or 0.1 seconds for some reason. I don't know how I got that. Even though it was clear that took like 1 or 2 seconds. So in that case, just wait until 1 or 2 seconds are left. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, did correction burn, didn't even really talk about it. And then, just waiting for the maneuver node to come up, and then I go retrograde, which I, even though I'm pointed at the maneuver was made with retrograde, so I probably should have just turned on retrograde and I would have been done. Here comes the undocking. I really wanted to land in the day side, so I time warped around the moon. And those came up on the morning side, I guess, of the moon. Undocked with the cruise stage, just like Apollo. And then I do a retrograde burn, so I go from orbital to suborbital. Then I just wait. I didn't really want to use too much fuel on the retrograde burn, so I didn't really, try. And then I saw how, bumpy it was, so I had to use a little bit of fuel. Then I pointed retrograde. Just controlled my speed a little bit. Kept it under, I can't remember. And then here's the land. Landed on the moon. Come out. Jumped around a little bit because I actually didn't think I was going to get that far on my technical first attempt of actually going to the moon, of orbiting it, because in all my tests all I went to is orbit of Kerbin, which is an analog of Earth in Kerbal Space Program, and I was just trying to get to orbit. Since I didn't really want to keep this video too long, as soon as I got in orbit, I didn't really cared about doing the maneuvers and stuff, because I know how to do it and I've done it before. I just wanted to keep the video a little bit shorter than it had to be, or as short as it had to be. And so I just used the debug menu to get a dock with, to get my, so put on the docking port, point towards target, do the same with the other craft, and then use my RCS thrusters to get closer to the spacecraft. And yeah, did have a little bit of trouble, but it was okay because it was way too fast. It was hard. It was like 5 meters per second, not 5 meters. It was like 2. And that's kind of fast. I forgot to do the retro burn, I guess. Retrograde kind of burn. I've heard retrograde burn and retro burn. I don't know which one it is. Just waiting until I get to the 2 o'clock side of the planet. Usually this works when your orbital your orbit is with the rotation of the planet, or moon. So it didn't really work out because it was retrograde relative to my orbit. So if your actually, I don't know, but anyways, so I go out, get back in sphere of influence of Kerbin. Then I go to the apoapsis, which is the highest point in your orbit. And it's just gonna be my periapsis, which is your lowest point in your orbit. It's inside Kerbin's atmosphere, which starts at 70,000 kilometers or meters, I can't remember. It's just getting all the crew back into that stage. Sorry, my battery's low when I was recording this. Don't know why I kept this in. And I didn't see it till it was on for like 10 seconds or something. Do the retrograde burn. I was able to do the whole burn. I think my orbit, my apoapsis was like 40,000 or even, no, it was 36,000. I was trying to get as close to 40,000 as possible, and then didn't want to collide with those back in the atmosphere. I thought the atmosphere started right here, and then I started getting all cinematic and stuff. I'm like, wait, I'm stupid. I look really, I'm really far away. I checked, I was doing something funny, and then I check, I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. And here's the atmospheric re-entry. So, just burn stuff. Now, I thought I was gonna accidentally do an aerobrake maneuver, which is kind of when you like are going interplanetary, and I thought maybe I'd get so much extra speed because of that weird maneuver of leaving the moon. So I was kind of checking how fast it was going down the map view, and then I saw my speed rapidly go down. I'm like, okay, that's good. And I was gonna see if I saw how SpaceX, Dragon Crew capsule, moves the trajectory just a little bit by turning. I'm like, can I do that? I don't know if it worked or not. And then I was like, send parachutes, so walk away a little bit. And I'm stupid, you know. Finally, I actually didn't spoil this. They all die. Yep, by the time I noticed, deployed it, dead. Okay, bye.